Hey guys, DM Philosopher here, Matt's the name. Just going to go over my latest map pack here. So what we've got is the Desert Slaver Outpost, so another one in my desert series of maps. Anyway, let's just jump in there and have a good look at this. So this is the daytime gridded map. It's quite large, it's about 85 by 46 grid size, so definitely large enough to contain prolonged encounters or multiple spaces and the like. So this is the Slaver compound here. There's two entranceways, there's one down here at the bottom and one here at the top. We've got a slave sales stage right in the middle here, so this is where the slaves would be paraded for the buyers that are all in the covered sheltered area here. They'd be lining up and placing their bids on the slaves. We've got two slave areas here. The slave area has a combination of enclosed cages and a large slave pen. And that's in both of them. And then we've got a tower here which watches over these areas and keeps an eye out for any escaped slaves or any disruption and so on. They're ready to shoot arrows. There's two locked doors leading through to here, which goes straight through. There's no door here, just goes straight through to the stage. You got the buyers area or just the general operating area, or if they're holding a market or something like that, then it'll be under cover. And then we've got like the main tower here. There's an entranceway here that leads up to that building, and then you got these outbuildings, which is where you'd have your the people who are running the slave operation, soldiers, and so on. So that's the Slaver compound. That's the daytime gridded map, the daytime gridless map, the nighttime gridded and nighttime gridless map. We have point of view shots. Okay, so I run these for most of my map packs these days. So here we can see the outside of this Slaver's compound, and just sort of working our way around, we get a view of it from multiple angles. Here's a look down into the compound. So if you've got characters that are flying, you could show them this handout so that they could see into the compound. So the point of view shots really help in immersion and setting out the space and so on like that. So here's the sales stage. We've got the buyers area here, so it's providing lots of shade and the like. Again, the sales area from a different angle. This is if you're coming in from the other side. And the main tower with the entranceway there, the side area that was in the outbuildings, the other side area in the outbuildings, and a view of the stage from multiple points around the compound, seeing as that's a bit of a focus point for the sales. And then we've got this is the armed part of the slave area, the locked doors, and then we see the raised cages here for the slaves. So you can imagine your most important, valuable, sort of dangerous slaves being kept in the cages, while the general chaff, labourers, non-dangerous ones in the slave pen. And here's a view from the tower looking down at that slave area and the other slave area, and it's a similar scenario in the other area as well. So here's the second area up close. So we've got exactly the same point of view shots but taken at night time. So this really helps with utilizing this map at different times of the day. Also, because characters tend to do their reconnaissance missions in the darkness, so definitely you could use these handouts to sort of highlight where the shadows are and so on like that. So definitely you've got the options of running this map at different times of day. So it's exactly the same points, just with that nighttime filter over it, so you can appreciate the shadows that are on the edges and around and so on. So that is the Slaver Outpost. You can find that on RPG Now. I'll post a link to that underneath my YouTube clip as per usual. Otherwise, when combined with the rest of my desert maps, you really got a portfolio of locations that you can be using for any desert scenarios that you could nearly imagine. I'm still doing some, so I haven't run out of imagination yet. So that is the Desert Slaver Outpost, and I hope that expands your gameplay. Otherwise, thanks for listening, and happy gaming, people.